Do you have a topic that you picked that you're interested in?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, right? That sometimes like work can be really stressful because we've got a lot going on all the time, and we really, really want our students to be successful. So I think maybe like reducing stress at work is something really personal to us. What do you think?
I think that is so great because we love teaching so much that we spend so much time doing it, but sometimes we got to just have fun. I mean, we got to get our dancing through, right? Section
dancing is always
2.3 in our web text, there it talks about a thesis statement. And let me see, it says here, a thesis statement is basically what your essay is about. It summarizes the main idea of the essay and helps to organize all the other ideas that follow. It consists of one complete sentence. Oh goodness, only one sentence. Okay.
Wow.
So look at this, Professor Lauren, right under here. This looks like, oh yeah, it's a model essay. It's a model essay. And look at this thing at the bottom. What did they underline, Professor Lauren?
That looks like, wow, it's one sentence, and it looks like what is underlined is 3 separate reasons. I'm looking up on the line before, and it looks like the author of this sentence said that urban green spaces were important to him or her. And now it looks like the author is explaining 3 reasons why urban green spaces are important. So I see reason number 1 is that, it benefits children because it gives them access to nature. That sounds pretty important.
Yes, it
reduces disparities between communities. Isn't disparities really just a fancy way of saying disagreements?
Yes.
Well, okay, so maybe it's important because it provides like space where people can maybe come together. And it encourages people to care about the environment. So seems like 3 reasons why the author thinks the topic, right, urban green spaces are important.
And then, so if you'll notice here that the blue means that's that first reason. And look here, the first paragraph is about that first reason. Why do you think that is?
I think, it was really interesting what you said before, Dr. S, that when we write a thesis statement, it's about helping the reader understand where the essay is going and what's coming next. It's a guide, right? So it sounds to me like the order in which the reasons appear in the thesis statement could be the order of the paragraphs where we talk about them in the paper.
That makes so much sense, because if you're trying to go someplace, you can't have the third road as the second one, or you'll get lost. So
absolutely.
So it makes sense. We got 3 reasons here. And if you'll notice, we got our blues. So that's all about that reason. We got our greens. That's all about that reason. And then we got our oranges. That's all about those ones. So seems to me, what was the starting? What would you say this whole thing is, the first paragraph?
That looks like an introduction.
Okay. And what ended that introductory paragraph?
It looks like it was my 1-sentence thesis statement.
That looks right. And then you got your support of reason 1, reason 2, and 3. And then look at this. What's this right here? What are those 2 words?
In summary. Well, when you sum something up, doesn't that mean that you're just kind of like telling me what was said?
Yeah, and why do you think you would do that right there at the end?
I think maybe, that's kind of an indication that the conclusion is coming. Like, I'm done, so I just want to make sure you understood what I was saying. Yeah. And understand why it's important.
Right, that's really nice to have a wrap up. Don't we, most shows we watch, books, we get really upset when it just ends, right? I mean, it's terrible. You've got to have an ending. You can't.
Absolutely. I don't like to be left hanging. No way.
So, and I just want to show you something that I noticed here about this sample essay, because they're so important, that down below them, you can click on them and it comes up in your browser. And then you can go up here and you can export it as a PDF, which means you can download it and have it to look at it. And you just tell it where to save it. And, I've already saved it because I've already started. So, anyway, I just wanted to show you that, Professor Lauren, while we're in there. Okay, so looks like we talked about this personal essay. What, in summary, what do you think about this essay? What do you need to do?
Well, I think what it sounds like is I need to be able to feel confident about telling my story, right? What I think about a topic that is important to me. I need to help the reader understand why I think the topic is important, why I think it deserves to be written about, why I'm going to choose to write about it for 3 essays this quarter. Clearly, if I'm going to write about it 3 times, it must be pretty important. So I'm going to write my 1-sentence thesis statement that's going to help the reader understand 3 reasons why I think this topic is important. And then I'm going to use that thesis statement to help me structure my essay. So each reason is going to get its own paragraph.
Well, wonderful. So, which leads us really to the third part of this web text. Boy, this web text is really good, isn't it?
It's really amazing.
I
don't know how I wrote without it.
I know. So outlining basics, this is a way to put down in words exactly what you talked about, correct? Because as we said, we have the introduction, get everybody hooked in, just like our cool dancing. Then we have
our 1-sentence thesis statement that helps me understand what the essay is about.
And it includes
3 reasons why the topic is important to me.
Right, and then here you have them. Reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. And what's this stuff in here?
That is going to be, what we're going to talk about later in this quarter a lot is if I make a point, I better back that point up with evidence. In a personal essay, we don't need to do any research, but we do need to show a little bit from our experiences why the topic is important and why the reason is something meaningful to us. So your supporting information is the story about why that reason is important. So if I say something like, I like mint chocolate chip ice cream because it is refreshing, I better explain what is refreshing about it.
Everything.
I agree.
But more detailed than that, obviously, because a paragraph is maybe 5 to 7 sentences long, and we got our 2-page mark here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to conclude, and notice, just like we said, in summary, we rephrase that thesis again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then a concluding thought, so we're not hung off the cliff here.
And when you say rephrase, Dr. S., you don't mean say it again in the exact same words, do you?
No. Re means again, and phrase means words of a similar type.
So you're saying the same information in a different way. You're using different words.
Exactly. Well, this might bring us back up here to Kim Coles, because I think we need to kick this out.
Do we get to dance again?
Professor Lauren, here we go. Right collaboration with
Professor Lauren
and Dr. S. Signing off.